Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We continue with the form tags. Okay, here we said firstly the form, then the action. Action, you could if you don't have a PHP right now, you can put up anything. Like for example, maybe I have submit.html. Maybe it goes there, right? Maybe I create here the submit.html, new file, call it submit.html. And in this file, what I do is I put up the Emmet first, the boilerplate code, and then in a body, I just put up one header tag, I mean h1 tag, okay? And what I do is here form submitted successfully, form submitted successfully. It's okay. It's on server. It is on server. It's just a dummy page which tells us the information. Otherwise, we have to use the server-side scripting later on and actually work on this form on the server side. Okay, we may have some PHP file or Java file, whatever file that is, whatever the backend language we use, and we have to, actually put this stuff in a database then later on. Maybe okay. For example, this is the form where you are getting the student details and record, and you have to store it in a database that has to be on a server side. Now, right now I'm doing on a front end only and giving this message that it is submitted, right? As I did it in where? In the, what is the name? Submit.html, right here, Control S, yes. Form submitted successfully. Now in the form, I got the first name, is the first name, and I got the last name. We can also have the attributes here, like we got placeholder, placeholder. I may say here, enter your first name, enter your first name. Control S, that stuff will come here, right? Somehow it's not coming. Let me close this firstly, get it bigger. So I'm saying, oh, it's the area placeholder, it's a placeholder, right? Okay, Control S, still not working. I don't know why. Copy, delivery, Control V, enter. It's not giving. Why is it not giving? Because I have put it on a label, I guess, not in a text box. That's the problem. I did it here. I should not do it here in the label. I have to do it in where? Text box. So the text box is this one. Input type text, name is first name, ID is first name, and a placeholder. Control V, Control S. Now it's coming, enter your first name. You just click and you can write here on top of it, that, and that's gone, right? Okay, you see it's getting. And if you want, for example, here I just want to also have one button so that it will reset. Okay, after the form I create a button. I create what? Button, and I give it here type reset type. This will help me to reset the form. Okay, reset. This button, if you say Control S, now you get on the bottom button. Okay, so you have put up something. For example, here I have put up this thing, and here I have put up a lot of things, and I put up things and things. Now reset button does what? It will clear each and everything. Okay, Control S here, but it's not working. I don't know why. Reset. It should clear everything, right? No. It has to be outside the form. Okay, if I get it here, Control S, and we'll say reset. Yes, it was within the form tag. Okay, because it has to be within the form tag so that it will remove all the things. Okay, now I can also have the placeholder, which is giving the name here, enter your, and I can make a default name. Sometimes, for example, everybody is here from India. I know only Indian guys will come up here. My app is in Kashmir only. So this here it was a city. I know it is a Kashmir only, but later on people can change also. But I would want to save time. So for that I can write here value. What? If I say value equals to, say for example, Junaid, if I want to say, I'm just putting up here Control S, then the Junaid will come by default there. Then you can change. If you don't want Junaid, you can write your name, whatever name you have. You understand? Okay. but by default the things will come. If you want sometimes something by default, right? For example, some city or state or country or wherever, you can put up the value there in the text box. That thing will come as default. Okay, that you can do with the other guys also, like email. You can say here placeholder, enter your email, enter your last name and all that, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, now we have done with the text boxes and labels. This is a label and this is a text box, another label and text box. This is address bar, this is email. Okay, and this is again the text, this is the email. Okay, we are done with the email here. Type email. Then what is this? Drop down list. Okay, and now there could be radio buttons and check boxes and also date, number. There are many more. For example, I want to also get the age of a person that I will do before this district. Okay, after email I want to take the age, so I will have a label. Label for, I say it is age. You can put up the ID is age, and I get up the age here. Control S. The age will come up. Now I need the age as a counter where I can select, I can go up and down. That's the number. That's what. So I will say input colon number. Okay, and I put up the same thing like age. Okay, ID also as an age. Control S. Now you got this counter, right? You can select whatever the age you have. You can, or directly you can write something, or you can just go ahead and do like this. What yes, this is called number. It's called what? Maybe you also want a date of birth. After this you want to what? You want to want date of birth. So I say label, and for I say DOB, and the text which should come here is like a D, capital O, capital B, capital maybe D dot O dot B, date of birth. I don't know, I should write simply DOB, right? Whatever it is, that will come here, right, as a label. Now I want to take date of birth, and I want that calendar picker which will help me to the calendar and all. For that we have a date. We have what? Input colon date, not data. Control Z. It is date, D-A-T-E. I don't know why is it coming. Input colon date. Date. Okay. Input of date, name is DOB, and ID is DOB. Control S. Now if you see here, the date comes up. Okay, you can write either directly, or you can choose from here any date, what is your date of birth and all, right? Okay, so we got the date, we got the number, we got the email, we got the text area, we got the text box, we got the labels. Okay, now time for radio buttons and check boxes. Sometimes you want to have some choices, radio buttons. So I will say input. Yeah, maybe gender. Yes, you're right. Radio, and I call it a gender, male, female, right? ID, I will say again the gender. Okay, and you write here something like male. Whatever you write here will come as a choice. Control S. You see the male with the radio button. You can select it. Okay. Then if I say again another, I will say input colon radio, because I want a few radio buttons का ग्रुप होता है ना, then उसमें से एक ही सिलेक्ट होना चाहिए. वो डिपेंड करता है अगर आपने इसका आईडी सेम ही लिखा, अगर नहीं लिखा तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी. लाइक फॉर जेंडर आईडी मैं लिख रहा हूँ फॉर एग्जांपल फीमेल, मैंने कुछ और आईडी लिखा है इसका, ठीक है ना, बिकॉज शी इज फीमेल, दिस इज अ फीमेल. ओके, कंट्रोल एस. नाउ फीमेल कम्स इन, बट okay, only one gets selected because name has to be same. Name has to be, if it is gender 1, control S. Okay, now you're getting both selected. That doesn't make sense. रेडियो बटन इसलिए देते हैं कि इनमें से सिर्फ एक ही सिलेक्ट होना चाहिए, ठीक है ना. इससे दिख रहा है, ठीक दिख रहा है. Okay, so that means their name has to be same. ID you can make male and female and all that, or you can make the same IDs so that you can put up any styling to the both of them. Okay, na? So better is to put up the same ID. Okay, if you want to select this male, okay, then you say Control D and select this, press Control D and select it. I don't know, I forgot this. Okay, there's something like, if we select this, I want to select both, that's what I'm saying. Okay, Alt D I have to say, right, not Control D. Then select this. Now both are selected, right, and I want to change both to what, gender. Alt D से दोनों को चेंज हो गया. अगर 5 चीजें आपको चेंज करनी है एक साथ, तो Alt D दबा के सिलेक्ट करें जिस जिसको करना है. यू विल सी द मल्टीपल कर्सर. फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे श्रीनगर पुलवामा इसमें करना है, शुपियां को सिलेक्ट. मैंने श्रीनगर को सिलेक्ट किया, Alt D प्रेस किया, पुलवामा को सिलेक्ट किया और ये किया. अब देखो कर्सर आ रहे हैं 1 2 3, 3 कर्सर आ रहे हैं मेरे को. और फिर मैं इसको चेंज जो करूंगा सबको ही चेंज होगी. प्रेस एस्केप टू गेट rid of it, to get a single cursor. Okay, so now I got male and female. Maybe I put up a label on top of it कि भाई साहब ये gender है, ठीक है ना. I say label and I say gender, and here also I say gender. Control S to get it something gender, male or female. What do you want to do? Maybe I'm seeing your, what is your interest in the programming language. That could be many. Okay, so I got a checkbox. I got what? And for that I got maybe I say firstly label. Okay, and label I say this is interest. Okay, interest, whatever he's saying, hobbies, I don't know, say hobbies or something, whatever it is, hobbies. Control S, we got a label here, hobbies. And I want to have a checkbox. What do we want to have? Input colon chuck CHECK, checkbox. Okay, Control Z, I say chuck box into 4. I give me the 4 checkboxes. Okay, now input checkbox, then you need to put up something like a checkbox. What is it? It may be Java. You like Java programming. Okay, you may like C++ programming. You may like what else? C programming. Okay, Python. You read Python program. Now we got the Java programming, C++ programming, but there's no checkbox. Okay, because this is wrong. This is ये टाइप है ना, टाइप इसमें इसने गलत किया ना. ये go into force को हमको ये आता समझ, इसने यही किया ना. So what I do is here I will select this thing. Then I say Control D. I select this thing. Alt D दबा रहा हूँ मैं, लेकिन बोल रहा हूँ मैं ये मानेगा नहीं, इसमें छोड़ा करा ना. So we should say what type, huh? ऐसे करियो shortcut, तब long cut मगर type is equal to checkbox. अदको ना जर भी दिखाल थी असली चुकूम spelling ही गलत, right? That is why it has हमको लिया इसलिए 4 times not corrected it, ना मतलब इसने type वाइप नहीं लगाया, असल में spelling गलत हो गई, right? अब ये जो है ना, ये एक काम करेंगे, इसको ये वाला सिलेक्ट करूंगा मैं, ठीक है ना. Alt D दबाया, फिर ये सिलेक्ट करो. क्यों नहीं सिलेक्ट हो रहा है? Okay, and I say what? Type is equal to check box. Well, yes, but there is a problem with this, that I have to remove the colons. Okay, इसमें एक चीज होता है कि you can select multiple, right? C++ क्या आया? अच्छा, तो इसने फिर भी एक ही बार दिया, कोई मसला नहीं। कंट्रोल एस, control S. Okay, now if I want कि let me clear the reset the data. If I want कि भाई साहब जो ये है ना इसमें से, इसमें मुझे पाइथन सेलेक्ट होना चाहिए पहले से ही. Okay, so I will say here chuck it to the python, control S. तो ये वाला पाइथन वाला खुद ही सिलेक्ट हो जाएगा, ये हाँ बाय डिफॉल्ट ही आएगा ये chuck it. ओके, इसी तरीके से अगर मेरे पास ये था ना सिलेक्ट, सिलेक्ट किया था हमने, ये है ना सिलेक्ट, इसमें मैं चाहता हूं कि भाई साहब श्रीनगर वाला सिलेक्ट होना चाहिए ऑलरेडी, ये है ना सिलेक्ट. अच्छा शुपे हमने सिलेक्टेड किया, ठीक वो मैं किया हुआ, ठीक है ना, एंड सो ऑन. रेडियो बटन में भी अगर हम मेल फीमेल मतलब मेल के तो फीमेल से करो नहीं, ठीक है. So but if you want to do to select something, then for example it's only for boys, or boys are more preferred or girls are more preferred. Okay, input type radio name gender chuna ye, id is gender female wala, and I say what is it, radio the chuck it maybe, chuck it, because we chuck it control s. तो इसमें फीमेल वाली उधर से ही आएगी chuck. If you don't, if you are a male you can then change it, दोनों में से एक होगा because gender name is both का same है, ठीक है. It's a group and in the group you have to select only one. Does it make sense? Then there is one more thing which is only in the html5, that is called the data list. That's called what? That's newly introduced, that was not before. That's called data list. It is same as the this checklist. Okay, this drop down list, not checklist. This drop down list is same as that, but this drop down list is not a good thing, because if we have hundreds of data, huge data, okay, if you have huge data, and when you have a huge data, right, okay, and you want to select it, it will be a big drop down list, then you have to select. There is no search option. Okay, maximum times if you see in the site there is something in the drop down, you see write something J, it comes, all J comes there, you have a search option. Okay, so for that we have a data list, we have what? Okay, if I write here the data list, okay, if I write here the data list, here we go, it's the data list. Now I have a data list here, and I say the ID of it is programming, say for example, maybe this was the country, which country you belong to. Okay, your country you belong to, UNTR, which country you belong to. Countries could be a huge list. There should be some kind of hint also. You write something in a search bar, it should come. It is only you have to select something, it will not show you some hints and all. And बेशु यह मज़े ऐड गई चीज़ नई चीज़ गसन ऐड कहीं, उसमें आपको बहुत फायदे हैं. एक पहला जो अगर लंबा चौड़ा लिस्ट है, ठीक है, तो उसको सर्च करने में इजी आ जाएगा, क्योंकि ऊपर आपका सर्च बार आ जाएगा, तो सर्च में आप सर्च कर सकते, पी लिखा तो पी वाले सारे आ जाएंगे, ठीक है ना. तो सर्च, और दूसरा वो ऐड भी हो सकते हैं अगर वो चीज़ें जो इसमें नहीं थी, जैसे कोई श्रीनगर पुलवामा शोपियां, अब आप किसी और डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रह रहे हो, इसमें नहीं रह रहे, वो इसमें नहीं है फॉर एग्जांपल, या वो चीज़ इसमें, या आपकी ये प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस थी जो आप चूज करना चाहते हो वो इसमें है नहीं, वो ऐड नहीं होगी, डेटा लिस्ट में होंगी. यू कैन चूज दैट. ओके, you can add the things also that will get added, that can be taken. Okay, so इसका मैंने country लिखा, इसमें आती है ऑप्शन, क्या आती है, जैसे ये select था सेम ऐसा ही है, ठीक है, जैसे select था ऐसे ही है, फिर ऑप्शन है ऐसे ही, यही है, ये है, इसको भी ऑप्शन होता है. ओके, अब वैल्यू आप देंगे, फॉर एग्जांपल आई से maybe I say 1, or I say I for India, INDIA. Okay, control and drag, let's see, control V, control, okay, control V, get it perfectly. This is I India, P for Pakistan. By the way, when is match? Which channel? हॉटस्टार पे होगा है ना? मेरा है ना एक स्मार्ट टीवी है लेकिन एक नीचे वो वाला है ना आता है डिश टीवी आपका चैनल पे वहाँ हाँ स्टार स्पोर्ट्स है वहाँ स्टार 10 अब कोई चैनल बताओ ना अच्छी सी जो मैं सब्सक्राइब करूंगा हाँ स्टार स्पोर्ट्स ओके 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 चाइना सी फॉर चाइना ओके गिव मी सम कंट्री नेम्स तुझ कोर्स हो ना कनाडा ये हो ना भूटान फर्क तो सुशी लड़कियां बोल रही कनाडा अमेरिका ये हो ना भूटान नेपाल A for America. We have to put up actually all the countries na here. It could be it belong to any country. We have to put up all countries. Kusa Afghanistan है? Afghanistan Control S. When I say Control S, reset बटन नीचे थोड़ा हो गया लेकिन कुछ दिखा नहीं है ना क्योंकि जो डेटा लिस्ट होता है it is a hint. It is a stuff which will be we feed to some input. It is not something of its own. Data list is not something of its. It does not have a structure of its own. It's important to remember. It does not have a structure of its own. It is actually this data will be fed to some input. It could be the input could be text box, the email, or whatever, the color box or whatever. You want to choose some colors from here and give it to the color box. But right now we will give it to the text box. Okay. So that means I have to pair it with some text. Okay, input type text, but type text will give the text. I have to link it with what? The data list, right? That means this text box has to be linked with the data list, right? But how I link it? For that, the text, this input text, type text, this text box has one attribute called a list. Called what? I have to write the list, and for the list, I have to write the same thing. What was the ID of data list? That is country. So I have to say, bro, it's a country. Control S. Now I got here. Maybe I will put up a label here also. Label, and I say it's a country, and I got the label country, COUNTRY, whatever. Control S. Now I got the country. You have to select country. Now countries are coming on the bottom. Okay, this is the text box only, right? But this text box is linked now with the data list. This data list can be anywhere, not necessarily below it. It could be anywhere. It's linked with it now. Okay. Now it is showing what? It is showing India, Pakistan, and if I write, for example, C, it will give me the hint China, America. Okay. It's all search box. So imagine if it is a huge list of hundred of items. अगर ये ऐसा select box, select drop down list, then you have to scroll to find it. But here you don't have to find it because you have a search button. You say P, the Pakistan comes up. You say I, the India come up. Okay, you getting? Okay, but there is one more thing here, that if I write some country which was not there, yes, वो भी है. For example, जो country जो पसंद थी बुरहान इसको जुबैर को नेपाल, वो इसमें I will write the Nepal. You can take it. Okay, no problem. ठीक है? If I submit it, submit button on ना, it will be next time added also. Next time I will see. Let's open up the now the submit button. I'll put a what? I say button type submit. Okay, type submit. Okay, बंद क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Whatever. And name of the button is submit button. Control S. Now I got the submit button. If I submit, first thing will happen with the submit button is whatever the form's action was will go there. It will go there. Submit.html. So if I say submit, it will go form success. Where is it going? If you see here, it is going here. See, it is going to whatever it has taken, because it has gone to the submit.html. Then what is happening here? See what's also happening here. This is also, you see, the every data you have put up is here in the URL. This is done by the method get. This is done by the method what? It stuffs all the data of a form on where? On the URL. On the URL. On the, it is also in a get array. This is a get and post are two arrays, associative arrays. It's also in a get array. We can fetch it from that associative array later data, but it's also in a URL. Say for example, I fill up the form, that's gone. Okay, I go back. I go back here. I fill it up. Junaid, last name, for example, Iqbal, address, Sora, okay, email, whatever, age, give it something, DOB, give it something, okay, Srinagar, mail, obviously, whatever. Now you see Nepal is there. Okay, if you click it, okay, if you click it, I guess, is Nepal there? No, it could be added. I don't know. This is because the styling of the data list is dependent on the browser. I will show you how. Why? I will show you how. For example, I say here Indi, Indi ki Pindi. Okay. Say for example, oh no man, come on, India. Why is not writing? Huh? It should write. I don't know why it's not writing. Let me write it like this, India now. Whatever. And I submit and see the link. Okay. Say Junaid, last name Iqbal, address Sora, email, whatever. All the data is in a URL stuffed. This is done by the get. Okay. But if you want more security that it should not be in this, then I have to use the post. I have to use the post. I have to use what? Okay. Then I have to use the post. Okay. And one more thing I show it here is if I copy this and I open up the Chrome, I open up what? Because how your this thing, how your data list is shown is rendered by the browser. Depends on the browser. You see, this browser will behave differently. The Chrome will behave differently. You see here, the country, it's coming firstly, this arrow comes up, which was not in the Firefox. Secondly, why is it not showing? कहाँ? अच्छा यहाँ से, हाँ मुझे दिखा ही नहीं, हाँ ठीक है, ओके, क्योंकि जगह नहीं थी नीचे. Now if you see here, that जो आपने लिखा था वहां पे I for India, that is also coming. P C ये भी वो Firefox ने नहीं दिखा. So it depends on the browser. It depends on what? Browser. How to do that? We have, how much time we have? Class is over. Okay, we would like to add up some JavaScript here. Give some taste of JavaScript, because JavaScript is adding the functionality to your page. HTML, you get functionality to your page. For example, I want to run some JavaScript on the submit button, like on click pe kya hoga, like that. Okay, that we will do inshallah tomorrow. What? I have actually put that on YouTube yesterday. You are not